Matt, good to have you for this conversation here at IATA WCS in London. Let me start with how strong are your perceptions about the air cargo industry's desire for digital transformation?
Yeah, great to see you again. As you can see, I think the room for digitalization is huge, right? It's the biggest room here, and there are other activity going around, but digitalization is great, and that tells everything about how important it is for the industry. So I think there's been a lot of things in the last 2 or 3 years happening, and we are very happy that CargoAi is part of it. But then everybody is talking about it, and things different than others. WCS, I think now it's really let's make it happen, and it will really see the change that have been happening in the past. So that's good. It's not about looking towards what's next or how do we do it. It's more okay. Now we are doing it right now, so that's good.
Take us through some of the recent development at CargoAi as digitalization of air cargo really accelerated in the last 2 years. And CargoAi founded was in 2019.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really, when we look in the past, we are only 3 years old, and really 3 years ago it was just myself and a few team of students, and now it's great to meet so many people here that recognize the brand CargoAi. We have now more than 60 airlines that are live on CargoAi in 100 and user in 107 countries, which is always good to see on our analytics. More than 6,000 freight forwarders are making bookings on CargoAi on every week, every day. So that's and we are now one of the leading platform for e-booking, but we are more than e-booking now. We also transition with other services. So we are really a complete IT company that help airlines and freight forwarder to digitize cargo, basically.
Tell us about your recent airline customer acquisitions, and I think the one significant one is the Lufthansa Cargo. They're doing a pilot project for 3 months or 2 months or 3 months for 3 countries. How important are some of these customer acquisitions for you?
It's massive. So every new airline is really massive for us. A big one like Lufthansa is great. So what it means is that we are now getting live and testing in a few countries, and then after the end of the year, we're going to roll out in worldwide. That's the plan, and that's mainly how we do it with most of our airlines. So we're also going to announce other airlines in the future. It's coming on a regular basis now. Because airlines understand that they have to be on the platform. It's just an additional sales distribution for them with no investment, because they don't need. We are already connected to all the systems like CHEMP, IBS, Axelia, all of them. So there is no front investment from the airline perspective. So they just have to turn the key on, and after a few weeks, they can pilot the same as we did with Lufthansa.
CargoAi is also part of CargoTech, established earlier this year, and this CargoTech's initiative is to kind of accelerate the digitalization of air cargo industry. What made you to be part of this, and what are some of the biggest offerings that you would have for your customers?
Yeah, so we can't digitalize everything ourselves, so we have to partner. So we already partner with a lot of different companies in other fields, and CargoTech, it's a bit more than partnering. Is really having like-minded company like Wiremind and Rotate for now, who are in different space than we are, but where there could be some overlap, some gaps that we can fill by working together. So I give an example with Wiremind, with really making a lot of. We had their Sky Palette product on CargoAi for the last 2 years actually, which is great because it helps all the forwarders that are making a booking on our platform to see and visualize how their palette is going to be in real life. And now with them, we can really collaborate on their dynamic pricing solution, on their overbooking solution, with all the data that we get from the searches from our users. And we can anonymize this data and then help their revenue management system to have a better dynamic pricing or all this data. So this is one of the examples that we are working towards together. So none of us could have done it individually, but together we can have this kind of product, and I think there is a great usage for it.
So as I understand, CargoTech is combining the powers and capabilities of different companies and consolidating them and providing a much better, much robust solution to the customers.
Yeah, it's not consolidating. We are still 3 fully autonomous companies, but it's just that we work more together, so we have regular catch-up. we know it's very easy to pick a phone together and to say, okay, we have this idea and our product team could work together and develop the solution. Some area in our roadmap are shared, basically. But we're still individual company, and then we are just working towards what we call the cargotech.
You don't put investment into the cargotech. It's just a coming together of all this.
Exactly, yeah.
The recent member that has been added to cargotech is Rotate. And we have seen in the last 3-4 years how data has become really the critical part of any digitalization process. When you look at the data that is collected, the quality of the data, do you see an improvement of the quality of data that you collected? Because it all depends how good is the data that you collected to provide a better solution.
Yeah, so I think we collect data from our own system, so it's always easy when it's from your system. I think the other solution that have been there, World ACD or CargoAi, they are gathering data from a lot of different systems, and that's where the quality is quite an issue. But on our side, and you mentioned Rotate, I think that's also the real interesting point is that we have data that is live, so we know right now what the market is doing next week because we have forwarders today that are booking for shipment for next week. So we can already see trends that are live, which is kind of new in this industry because before you had to wait 1-2 months to have the World ACD data or CargoAi. So we have all this data that we know it's very useful for a freight forwarder, for an airlines to make decision. And Rotate is bringing an enormous expertise into those kind of area, and I think we are very excited to welcome them and to work together on different products.
Okay, one of the things that we notice is there is a lot of talk about digitalization or digital transformation programs in the air cargo industry. And there is no doubt that what platforms like CargoAi does, that really become an visible indicator of what is the digital transformation that is taking place in the air cargo industry. But at the same time, there are several others. But I think more visible thing is the marketplace. Do you agree with that? Is that something that you also notice in the industry?
And to be honest, that was also the goal when I started CargoAi. The CargoAi, the intention was to bring best processes and technology from other industry to air cargo. It was not to do a booking platform. It was really, they say air cargo is very late in terms of digitalization on many processes. So we need to create a company and bring that. But how do we start? And the best way for me to start was the marketplace, because the marketplace, you connect freight forwarder and airlines. You have, again, 6,500 users as of today, and it's growing every day very fast. We have 65 airlines. So it's a B2B situation. You actually have a lot of people that now can become your customer for other products. And this is what we are really doing with all our connectivity product, with our CO2 product, and also other product that we are launching very soon this year and next year. So that's why, sorry, to answer really to your question, is that basically that's why we are talking a lot about marketplace. But for me, there is a reason, is because once that's the most advanced today in innovation, and that's the biggest innovation that we have seen in the last 3 years. But at the same time, we also can, based on those marketplaces, have more innovation. So that's why I think that's the good reason why people are talking about us.
So what, according to you, is the future of CargoAi, and what kind of growth rate do you see in the coming years?
So, again, the company is 3 years old, but really started to have a team 2 years old. Now we are 2 years ago. Now we are around 35 people across the globe, because we are a remote company. So we have people in New Zealand, in Argentina, in US, and even if we have still headquarters in Singapore. And so the growth is we are just at the beginning. We see a big acceleration with big airlines coming on the platform in the next, between last week and then Q1 is not going to end with huge airlines. So we will have reached more than 50% of the capacity worldwide on CargoAi next year. So that's basically mean that every shipment will be bookable to every destination, which is a huge accomplishment. And then we are launching other products. We are keep innovating. So we are very, very agile company. So We are having new release every 2 or 3 weeks. We're having new product coming out, which is really fascinating. So the growth is very, 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 very fast. At the same time, we are becoming a bigger company, so we also have to have more process and slow down. So we know that we can't sustain this fast speed all the time. And as we grow, we'll have to slow down eventually, but that's not the plan yet.
Thanks, Matt. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.